Welcome back to Live from the Camper, House Edition. But not for long. We got our phone call from Camping World. We're going tomorrow morning to pick up our camper. So by tomorrow, I'll be live from the camper. For real. Well, I have a delicious one for you today. We're making...
Hi, Mom. Hi, Alice. What's for dinner?
Pork chops.
Pork chops. Huh? What else?
Applesauce.
Pork chops and applesauce. That's swell.
That's right. Pork chops and applesauce. Well, not really applesauce, but an apple glaze. Well, I guess that would be a sauce. So yeah, pork chops and applesauce. You can also make it in your Instapot or any other pressure cooker that you have. But I'm using my Foodi. So here's the things you're gonna need for your pork chops, and we'll have all the ingredients in the description box below. I took 3 small red delicious apples and cut them up, about like that. 4 boneless pork chops, half an onion, and I sliced it kind of like I did the apples. Don't chop it up or anything, just like that, because they won't be there when they're gone. They're basically flavor. I did 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, some olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of water. That way we can make a slurry to thicken that sauce up. Well, are you ready? Good, let's get cooking. All right, let's start off by preheating the Ninja Foodi. Hit that Sear saute feature and let's let it warm up for about 10 minutes. And while that's warming up, go ahead and hit that little red button down there, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that bell, that way you know when my new videos are coming out. Let's go ahead and hit those pork chops with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now let's flip them over and hit the other side. Maybe. All right, there it is. Put about a tablespoon of olive oil into that Ninja Foodi so it gets all nice and hot. And then we're gonna sear both sides of the pork chops for about 2 to 3 minutes each side. While we're waiting for that oil to get hot, let's go ahead and drop in our brown sugar and our cinnamon. Let's mix it up. You know this is gonna make your house smell so good when you're pressure cooking this apples with cinnamon. It's gonna smell so good. Get them all nice and coated. Let's sear those pork chops. Well, it's been 3 minutes now. Let's flip them. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Cook those for 3 minutes, then we're gonna remove them and start sauteing up the rest of the stuff. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. Go get you a clean plate. Let's remove the pork chops. All right, let's drop in a little bit of water, just a little bit. Drop in those apples. Let's drop in the onions. Now we're gonna saute this for about 7 minutes. And all the liquid that's released from the onions and the apples will help deglaze the bottom of the pan. It is the plan, but the pan. See, look at that, it's already cleaning it right up. Along with a little bit of that water, of course. Well, we've been cooking for about 4 minutes now, so let's drop in that butter, garlic, and half the honey. Now the magic begins. All right, let's go ahead and throw those pork chops on top of the apples. Drop those juices back in there. Put in the rest of the water. And take that honey and drizzle all over the top of everything. Put our pressure lid on, set it to seal, and we're gonna pressure cook for 10 minutes with a 10-minute natural release. All right, let's release the rest of that pressure. All right, the red pin's dropped, let's take the lid off. Oh man, it smells good. All right, let's take the pork chops out. And smack our Foodi. Bless you, Ranger. Even the dog came in here to smell what's going on. Look at that. Looks delicious. Now let's hit that Sear saute feature so we can thicken up the sauce. All right, take 1 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Let's make that slurry up. I'm only going to use about half of the slurry. Yeah, that'll be good. Stir it up so it can thicken up. Nope, I'm going to use it all. I was right the first time. Stick with my instincts. All right, I let that simmer for about 5 minutes. Now I don't want to reduce it all. Cornstarch is going to make it nice and thick. So we're good to go. So now let's plate it up and eat it up. So let's get a little of this sauce here. Drop it right over the top. Now I'm gonna hit it with a little paprika, just for color. And boom, doesn't that look delicious? All right, now let's try it. I'll go ahead and take the one right off the top. You have a little extra sauce here if you want it. So I want it. Let's give it a try. Shoot, I don't even think I need the knife. That just pulls right apart. All right. Wow. I mean, seriously, that is so good. Who doesn't love pork chops and applesauce? Or apple kind of sauce, whatever you want to call it. I just call it deliciousness. Pork is so tender, you get the sweetness from the apples, the onion. Oh, that's fantastic, guys. So I got one question for you. Are you hungry? Good, let's eat.